Race 1. The early leader there, 247, I believe, and 71. Of course, this is the Rushmore Rookies. This is the way they do it down here. Sounds a bit like Punch and Judy, doesn't it? That's the way to do it. Oh, they're not picking on number 60, are they? That's our Get Well car there from Mark Hopkins. Car number 60. If you actually look closely, you'll see all the signatures there. Of course, that is today's fundraising car for Richard Wheeler, our injured driver from last race meeting, one of the men in black, car number 300. And of course, it's nice to see Colin and Paul here today, 4, 6, 9 and 28. They are the team members to young Richard. Of course, last meeting they abandoned their racing and done the honourable thing and went home with their teammate. But it's great to see them back here today. So 627 then leading the field from 99, I believe. 627 and 99. I think 99's a first timer today, I'm sure. So 627, 99, dearie me. 246 possibly there in third place. And 307, one of them. Oh, he's the last one. Oh, he's a lap down then, obviously. It must be one of the MIB, is it? 469? Not that I know which one's what, I can never remember. So 627, 99, 246, 469, I think that is. So 469 now leading the field then. So it's 469 leading the field, Mr. Starter, from 99. 627, I think he might have sneaked back in there. Possibly not, I think possibly 246. Goodness me. You see why I do the commentary and not the lap scoring. stand there being spun out. Let's see if he can recover from that in 99. Deary me. I'm sure he won't lose too much ground on that. I think the rest of them are back markers. I'm told we've got a new leader, Mr. Starter, 24, taking up the lead on this one. If 627 can keep his act together there, he's going to take away second. No, 469 then. Oh, sorry girls, I got that all wrong. See, what did I say? Invariably, by the time you get it out anyway, it's all gone completely different. So that's what the rookie group's all about. There he is, look, waving his arms about. So split grids today then on the rookies. Not quite sure on how many we had, but obviously too many for one race, so we split them. And they'll likely to remain split for their 2 heats at least, and then we'll see how many are left. We've got Bumble out there in 31, Dave Cole in 18, Danny Lucas in 706, at least one Dodge. Oh no, it's not, it's Paul Cook in 55. See the black and white. Andy Lawrence 127. Mike Turner in 557. 721 Tony McConaughey, so I'm trying to pick out the numbers here. That must be Matt Nutley in 663. Somebody appears to be leaking something out of the car. I think the marshal's probably a bit concerned in case it's petrol, so we may have a black flag coming out to one of them. 663 lead in the field, Mr. Starter. 663 and 831, I believe, according to my young lady here shouting. Trying to go above the noise so as the start marshal can hear us. We do have a problem with Mr. Starter's headset. I think he's got a bit excited over there and managed to twist all his wires about. So 31, I believe, the new race leader, according to them shouting at him. So Bumble then leading the field for the second race of the day for the rookies. So it's Bumble and Andy Lawrence leading the field. That must mean Cookie's not too far behind them. So I would say he's in third in the 55 car. Although, of course, I could be completely wrong. Of course, you stand up here and you look at one car, and that's not what lap scoring is about. You know, it can all change so very quickly. But without a doubt, Bumble leading the field. So it could be 31, 55 and 127. We're not, I've got a bit of a question mark on 55 at the moment. Certainly 31 and 127 up the front of this one. One lap to go then for Bumble in 31. So race 2 then for the rookies, down to Bumble, possibly 55, I'm not too sure, we'll have to confirm that one. Rods then up on their first heat of the day. Oh, dearie me. Not quite sure what happened there. I think like 15 hot rods out there. Goodness me. Plenty of action then for these boys today. Of course, we are doing noise monitoring at the moment, so we do have somebody positioned a little ways away from here, just observing the noise, and I fear it's going to be these guys that possibly generate the most over the day, but we'll play that one by ear. So drivers, do be aware, if we do find your car a bit loud, we will ask you to sort out your exhaust system, maybe add another box or two. So we'll play that one by ear. Loads of action going on out here. Nice to see so many cars, fantastic. 268 leading the field wherever he may be. Oh, we've got a spinner down there, 57, that's Graham Taylor. In the 57 car, moving on to the middle. So 268 then leading the field. Dougal. All we need out there now is one called Zebedee. I suppose he's heard all those jokes. So Dougal then leading the field, I believe, unless it's all changed and one of the lap scorers is going to kick me violently, which they haven't yet, so it must still be 268. Looks like 25's there in hot pursuit. Can't imagine him being lapped down. Oh, I'm correct. He is a back marker. There must be 268 and 103. Some of these numbers you can barely see from this, from up here, way over the other side. Definitely Matt Wells' old car. With Derek Luke there in the 103 car. That's his new one, of course. Going on the inside of Ali Taylor there in the 58 car. Goodness me, it's warming up a bit now. 268, 103. New leader then, 406. So it's 406, 103, 247. And Martin Brown there in 125. Malcolm Newell in 733. No change then with our leaders, it's still 406, 103. Stages now, then it's still 406 and 103. Is it going to be 247? He was holding on to the third place there. So the juniors then, out for their first race of the day. Oh, it's a bit of a to-do two there, 356 and 360. Marshall's checking on the driver there. No, we're going to go red flags then. So can we go red flags then, gentlemen, please? Yeah. From the rostrum, but never mind. Few laps now? 3 laps, so they correct me in telling. 56 then from 356, 457, 146, 190. Then we've got 678. Oh, dearie me. Made a good recovery there. Then of course we've got 53, that's Matt Wilshire. But Tom Cook leading the field from Dominic in 356. So coming round then to take the flag, winning the first heat of the day, Tom Cook in 56, 356 taking second, then 457, 146, 190. So we have the Euro rods on their first race of the day. We've 11 of them out of there. 11 of them out there today. 297 currently in the lead. That's Jason Durbridge. From 471, Tony Grimes. 166 on the outside there of Richard Kane in 323. We've got Brian Webb in number 9. And we've got Luke Large there in car number 35. 102, that must be Chris Hicks. 75 Stuart Bond, 159 Graham Dayborn, 765 Dan Benham, and of course the guy leading the points at the moment for this group, 223 Graham McClelland. Oh, so the race leader retires to the infield. Dearie me, that can't be good. So it's up to, oh, dearie me! Well observed there from Dave Dewey in 166. I've got to say, some very quick response time there. Unfortunately, a black flag now going out to 35, I believe there. No, can you indicate to number 9, marshals? Wave him on. He thinks it's actually him, but wave him on. It's 35. Well done to number 9, but if they're not sure, they are supposed to go around one more lap to ensure that it's them. They do know how we do it down here. But sadly, number 9 thinking that flag was for him. Of course, you will get some say we'll use a number board. Well, you know, drivers do say they actually don't even look up onto the bank, so in all fairness, the black flag and a point is normally enough. So that's the highlight of the first race for the Euro rods then. Poor number 9 retiring. Well, that's the thing. Right, so the leader then 765. It's nice to see number 9's made his way back up there. So 765, 75, 102, 223, number 9. And for the life of me, I don't know who's in all the other cars. It's such a long... Oh, we've got Bob Digweed in 354. Or is it one of the Digweeds anyway? They've swapped cars. So we've got the other Digweed in the Bob Digweed car. Once all the action starts, of course, it's quite difficult to go down this long list and pick out the actual drivers, so you'll have to bear with me. Typical female and all that stuff, you know the story. I think some of these might actually be training for the Old Boys' Day, which is being heavily promoted, I'm told, which is taking place down here at the end of May. We're going to have an Old Boys' Day. The old banger drivers from Aldershot, and of course the stock car drivers, I believe. They're coming down here to have a go in our rookies and our street stocks. Of course, if you happen to fall into one of those categories and you're interested in taking a rookie out on the day, or a banger should I say, then you need to see Keith Reynolds down in the pits, 260, you know the number. And of course, if you're an ex-stock car driver and would like a whirl in one of the street stocks on the day, then of course make it known to Gary Reynolds. That's 560 down in the pits, or not too far away from Keith, or even indeed at the pit gate. So if you're interested, see one of those boys and they'll get you up to speed on all the info. So we got 527 in the lead, Mr. Starter, if you can hear me, wherever he is. Oh, there he is, the white one. 527, Mr. Starter, on the back straight, the white and green one. Can you see him? Yeah, that's our race leader. So it's 527, 322.99, is that, ladies? And 377, I think, is another one. Oh, dearie me. But of course, Jeff Priestley's car, I think 157 as a rule, but it's got Mick Edwards behind the wheel of that one today. In fact, I've just met a couple of, I believe 322. Oh, is it going to be a bit of a challenge on now? No, indeed, he takes the flag then. 527 taking the win. From 327, I think that was. Lane blowing his whistle, telling them to get a move on. And a whistle and everything. Oh, dearie me, the first one to pay the price down there, Chris Capon in 419. Soon relegated to the back of the field there. Got a lot of work to do now then. I don't feel I've had my fill of frustration and find it hard. I hung by the great foundation. There's about the tennis and the hell of line in my mind. I'm a overcome the need to design. Solitary silence of a faceless crime. Standing by the steady, feeling so alone. My back against the speaker and I'm feeling all my own. Now I'm not so ready and they're staring at my face. They're digging up my problems. Totally addicted to face. Wow, totally addicted to face. Wow, oh dear, they're all stuck together and in a mangle, but it's all sorted now, so never mind. Some commentator. Of course, if there is somebody around that would like to come and spend some time on the microphone during the race day, I would very, very much appreciate it. And of course, you don't want to listen to me babbling on all day long, which is where Andy Tate comes in just fine. But if there is anybody else up here that would actually like to do the coverage of the first two heats, because as a rule, Andy doesn't make it up here until the finals. And like we saw today, poor Scott encountered a problem in his first race, so I dare say they're all down there frantically working on Scott's car to get it up and running. So if anyone can give us a hand as far as commentating is concerned, I would very much appreciate it, because of course it would release me to be able to go and do other things. And there is only so much rubbish that any one person can listen to in the course of a day. And these poor boys have to listen to me quite enough. So please, please consider doing some commentary for us. So somebody's leading this race, I'm not quite sure who, and I don't think the lap shot, no, they do. 234, I believe. Just fell out of the lady's mouth here. 234. Oh, there he is, Ginger Gammon. So Mr. Gammon leading the field then from 275 is that, ladies, or what would normally be 560. Oh, he's a back marker. That's not good, is it? No, he's not racing, he's just running the car in and obviously staying out of the way because he doesn't want to get it damaged for dinking. So 234, 354. Double X not too far behind that, of course, Robert George there. One of the younger old boys, I'm told. So there are top three. And of course we've got Jeff Priestley there as well now in the 157 car. We've got Clint Brazier there in 240. Mike Turner in very fetching on that one. No change then with our race leader. It's still Mr. Gammon, I think, in the 354 car, although we do have a change to second place. Robert George there in the double X car. Ready to make a move. And it looks like that move isn't too far in the coming. Is it going to be an inside trick? All on it for the line. Oh, dearie me, what a close one. But Mr. Gammon there holding on to that. Robert George taking away the second place. I do have to say though, those cars are so well painted, aren't they? 154. They do stand out from the rest of them. All right, he's on his own, but even if he was in a pack of cars, he would still predominantly stand out. So, well done for the paint job on that. The rest of the field then, who have we got? 135. Sexy himself, Graham Rainsbury. Then of course we've got John Sayers, I believe, in car number 1. And those are Graham's words, I will hasten to add, in 135. 252, we've got John Elliott. Clint Brazier in 240. Glutton for punishment, he's just been out in the street stocks. And then of course we've got Gary Johnson there in 213. 623, I'm not too sure who that is. Badger. We got Badger. We know that because it says it on his fin plate. That's all I need. Yes, everything else gonna be alright. Are you hungry? So that's Nick Dickweed in 154, and he's got a tremendous lead. If he can keep pedal to the metal now, he's got this one in the bag. The others will be throwing out their grappling hooks. Of course, usually I open my mouth and it all goes horribly wrong. They all want to come up here and slap me several times. And I just stand na. No, what a fantastic bunch of guys we do have. I am so proud of them all, most of the time. Oh, we've got a new leader then. John Sayers there taking the lead in the number 1 car from Nick in 154, and then we've got Graham Rainsbury holding on to 3rd place. Badger's retired then to the infield, that's a shame. And like we say week after week, these are absolute novices, and this group is all about letting the youngsters become acquainted with the stopping and starting of their vehicles safely, and obviously getting them used to the engine noise that can be rather daunting if you just throw them out there on a field with 10, 15, 20 other cars. And of course, as young as 10 years old, young Harry Cox there in 280. Oh, dearie me. Dad's shouting, go on, Harry. Adam Pickett in 134. picket then from Harry Cox. Daryl Simmons there in car number 10. I think that's Tom Froggatt in 171. So it's 134, 280, number 10 and 171. And young Mr. Pickett taking the win and the flag for the first heat of the day for the novice juniors. these guys actually do listen to their driver's briefing and do take the opportunity to avoid making improper contact. I'm impressed. Well done, boys. So 266, I'm told, leading the field from my trustworthy lap scorers on this lovely sunny day. The last time I actually saw the weather forecast, it did tell me that the weather today wasn't going to be as good as yesterday, but I'm impressed because I actually think it's equally as good or even better. So a lovely sunny day for it. And in case you don't know, we do have cold drinks and things on sale over in the track shop. Priced at just 60 pence each, I think, the cans of drinks. And of course the youngsters can get cup drinks and things over there from as little as 15p and sweets from 5p, I think. Various sweets and things over there. So if you do get a bit peckish, do pop in. No change, Mr. Starter, with our race leader. It's still 266 leading the field, wherever he may be. Bashing and crashing and screeching all over the place, but 266 leading the field. Oh, there he is. So it looks like 663 taking up the lead. Well, we've got 331 stuck there a little bit. Of course, it's down to the drivers to ensure that they don't make contact with 331. But being the fantastic bunch they are, I'm sure they won't. If they do, they have to suffer the wrath of Gwen. Just passing the rostrum. Unless I've got it all totally wrong, which I put my hands up to, I can get it all wrong. I think it's 663. Oh, 31 now, Bumble. So Craig Hawkins then leading the field in the 31 car. Our former leader here, look, right in front of the rostrum. As we say, week after week, it can all change so very, very quickly. We've got the friendly nudging from 55 at 197. Of course, Pete Dodge there in 197 and Paul Cook in 55. Dave Cole there in the 18 car, I don't know where he is along the grid, and one of the larges there, Ben Large I think in 34. So no change there, Mr. Starter, it's still 31 leading the field. Looks like 706 is a man on a mission. Looking there at the rear end of 31. Lined him up just nicely, then 31 moved. Oh, well done then. And thank you to the rookies for yet another fine rookie race. hotrods then on their second race of the day. Oh, number 18, got a bit of misfire there. Don't think he's going to be doing much of this race, maybe. Scott Tate, though, made a recovery. Had no luck with his first race, just about made it onto the raceway. Clearly they've resolved that problem. Well done, Dad. And whoever else, because they all mucking down in those pits. All the excitement's appearing to be at the back of the field. We've got a last place man now. Dear, oh dear. So I think a black cross coming out to 25 or 190, one of them. 478 leading it from 358. We can show a blue flag there maybe. 478 leading the field then from 358, 763 and 16. 196, then we've got 17 and 212 and 44. And then a little way back we've got 202, that's not. In Benham in 763, those are the front runners at the moment. But all the way out, far ahead of the field, 478 from 202. It's already over. I was thinking, oh, sorry, Mr. Starter, you've already done it. I missed that. 478 then taking the win. I thought we'd lost our race leader. Watching all the action down at the rear of the field, you see.
Time on the front then, Dougal in 268. Paul Patrick is 247. Charlie Frog is 203. Martin Brown is 125. Then we got the little stock rider 407. 733 is Malcolm New. Andy Taylor's 58. Graham Taylor's 57. Lee Spooner's 94. Terry's 406. Paul Mackin's 34 and Stu Thorne is 62. So it's Dougal then in 266. The ex-Matthew Wells car that leads in 268. Then we got Paul Patrick. That's why we didn't have a starter to do the warm-up laps. He's out on the track in second place. Charlie Froggett is in third in 203. But look out for the flying 406. Terry Spooner in 406. He's the man you've got to keep your eye on. But just in front of him, he's got a 1400, would you believe, stock rod, front-wheel drive. Vauxhall Nova giving away 600 odd cc's to the bigger cars. But up front is still Dougal that leads. Under pressure now from 247. Oh, I think Charlie Froggett's got a problem. Whatever it is, slows the pack and they've all gathered all around him. Be a leading pair have gone through. Paul Hemmington should be in 407. Then it's Graham Taylor, 57. Graham, they're not had the best start for the season since acquiring that car a couple of meetings ago, but he's now, looks like he's somewhere on the pace he was finishing last season in the 57 car, but the leaders already through and gone. And Graham Taylor looking round the outside of the stock rod of 407, Paul Hemmings. Up front though, already put a lap on Ali Taylor. The leading pair go through. Hemmings is under pressure now, he's gone wide. Taylor's dipped underneath, and the two Spooners are there. Look at Terry Spooner, 3 wide round the outside in 406, and he's got away with it. Just about, in fairness. Up front though, it is still Dougal that leads in 247. Chasing him right behind him, we've got a gap. Ali Taylor's a lap adrift in 58. Hubby Graham is behind in 57. So 58 there's about to be lapped. They're going to go round the outside of 58. And Terry Spooner's still there in 5th place, hovering there. He's got past Hemmings. He's got young but the leaders have gone through another lap. Malcolm Newell's a lap adrift. Then comes Graham Taylor. Then the two Spooners side by side, Hemmings and Macklin. And Paul Macklin then in the 1700 version of the Starlet. The rear wheel drive. This is Hemmings, then it's Macklin, then it's Stu Thorne, then it's Martin Brown, then Charlie from Malcolm Newell's having a big moment on his own out there. It's 7:33. So another lap put down by the flying 2-6. It's going to go round the outside of the 57 car. He has indeed. Your leading three have gone through, and Spooner's now gone up to second place in 4:06. It's just a matter of time before he catches Dougal. So the leader under pressure then from 4:06. 4:06 then underneath the 268 car. Go out, drag him out of the corner, and Spooner leads in from the back of the field. So Terry leads from the back of the field. So Spooner it is in 4:06, then Dougal, then right up with 268 as the back markers have their own fight just in front of Dougal. It's Alex, and round the outside has gone. 247 round the outside then of 58 and co, and that's put him up to second. But it's going to be a huge win then for 4:06, Terry Spooner. Terry Spooner takes the win in 4:06. Then comes 247, then 268. Lee Spooner in 94, the red top's further back. Matt Wilshire seems to give him the three in front of him, a very big start in 53. And already the yellow greys are bearing down on the white tops. Young Lewis Tucker around the outside of Jenny. This should allow the yellow greys to close up. In fact, Tom Cook is right up with him. Shane is not far away. Right behind as well. Here comes Dominic with young Michael behind him in 457. A very pretty looking courser. So we've lost Tom Cook to the infield. I didn't see what happened there. So 171. Jenny still leads. Then it's Lewis Tugwell. Then it's Shane Somner. Going to dive up on the inside then, and fair dues to young Lewis. He saw him coming. He glanced across and kept a nice tidy line. Problems there for 190 and 360. Young Reynolds and young Roberts. I didn't see what that was all about, but 360's come off worse. So it's Shane Somner round the outside of Jenny Froggett in the 13 car that now leads. Jenny's gone second, then 356. Is up there. Dominic's going well. So Shane is in 13 that leads. Then Dominic, and then Turner's going well in 457. Jenny's going to drop another couple of places here. So the yellow grader now leads from the blue grades. Dan Wigwam's making the best of it from the red grade. He's up there just outside the top six in 7th place. Keep your eye on 146. He's really on a charge at the moment. But 13 seems slow into the corner, but very quick out of that one. So 13 leads, then 356, 457, then 56, 146, 54. Here comes Matt Wiltshire in 53, looking round the outside at 678. There's a long way to go. So 13 into the corner, into the rookie corner. He leads, then Dominic, then it's Michael, then we got Tom and Dan in that order. Then we got 678 moved in front of 171, but up front it's still 13, and they've dropped temporarily 457 then. So he had a bad couple of corners there in 457, but 13's gone very wide yet again. But Dominic does not get a chance to nip underneath him and take that place away. So 13, Shane Somner still leads. 356 is all over him like a rash now. So 356 is right behind the 13 car. 457 has caught right up. And big problems on the top end. Aaron Roberts is involved with Gone Red. Jenny stranded. So 100 Juniors, quick response there. They bring that to a halt very quickly. So the bigger power Honda has not got the match. For the smaller power Novas. And that car, Richard Kane's in 323, has been hurriedly finished during the last week. Pick that up. He's completely standing. A little bit of camber's been added to the car very, very quickly. And Richard's then proving that good bagger driver can also be a good hot rod driver, because he's going really well in the 323 car. Benham is a man on the charts though, up to third in 765. Webb's gone through as well, Chris Hicks as well, as Grimes is going backwards through the field in 471. And Bondi and McLennan have not made a move yet from the back, such as the pace of the cars in front, because remember there's no whites or yellows to slow the fields down. So it's Dewey that leads, then Richard Kane, then Benham, then Webb, then it's Hicks, then Lars, then Dayborn. McLennan and Bond are gone in front of Grimes, so Grimes has gone to the back of the field. But up front, Dewey's got a problem, he's gone very wide, I'm not sure if he's out, but it's Kane that now leads. From Benham, then Webb. And Dave Dewey seems to be cruising around the outside at 166. Webb's gone underneath Benham, and Richard Kane then in his £25 car, proving you do not need to spend a load of money. Still leads in 3:23. Webb is all over him like a rash, and Webb gives him a little bit of a punt. But it doesn't change too much, and Webb has gone under 3:23, and Richard then is fighting back, and Richard then gets his own back there. So Richard Kane then still leads in 3:23. Benham round the outside in 7:65. Then we got Chris Hicks in 1:02, and Chris and Richard have spent a long time repairing Richard's car between races. Electrical problem on the 3:23's car, and it's still Richard Kane that leads in 3:23. Then 7:65. Then 1:02. Webb's car back up to, we're looking for 30s, up to 4, but down the outside is Benham, and Richard Kane has kept a nice tidy line in 3:23. What a good race this is. Webb has caught Chris Hicks. But up front it is still one good ding-dong bell there. Richard Kane then in his £25 car still leads. 7:65, then it's Chris Hicks on the inside. Webb and Lars are there. And we're down to the 4-lap board. This is the best Euro Rod race of the year so far. And still Richard Kane then leads on the inside. Benham then has got to keep it brave round the outside. Then it's 7:65. But he's not far enough in front to get away with that yet. Richard Kane then outbreaks him. Oh, and Chris Hicks has outbraked the pair of them. Chris Hicks has gone from third to first, and Benham's following him through. And Richard Kane is stranded high and wide on the outside. Webb's going to follow him as well. But it's Chris Hicks that now leads. Then it's Dan Benham, then Brian Webb. Richard Kane should tuck in now, back into 4th place. But it's still Hicks. Then Benham, then Webb, then Richard Kane, then it's Lars, then it's Dayborn, then it's Bondi. He's moved up a couple of places, but Chris Hicks with his head down then is going to come round with 1 to go this time. So the 1:02 car, Chris Hicks leads. Then it's Benham, then it's Webb, then it's Richard Kane, then it's Luke. Lars, and then Dayborn and Bond, but up front it's going to be a win then. Chris Hicks probably couldn't believe his luck there, saw the gap, went for it. 1:02 then. Chris Hicks takes the win. Dan Benham, then Brian Webb, then Richard Kane, then Lou Lars, then Bondi, then Bond's out there. I've got a bonnet up on the holding car, so the bonnet's come right up on that, and that definitely looks like Stewart in that car. We're going by the overalls, and Chris Capon rejoins in 4:19. I have a feeling these aren't all white tops, so ignore that, because the way some of these are going, that definitely looks like Robert George now as he's gone by in double X. But up front, here is your leader. So it's 3:22 down the far side of the lead, then 3:34. Purdy's been spun out by Froggy, I think it was. So 3:22, a lot of clattering over the far side. I think 1:18. But it's 3:22 the lead, then 3:34, then Froggy. Then it's Digweed, then it's Ginger Gammon's car, then 3:16 as well. Clattering the arm code below us as they go by. So 3:22, 3:34 and co. And a rapid pace here from the street stocks, that's for sure. And a change for the lead very short in the bottom corner. It looks like 3:34's gone underneath. And he has indeed, and very much out of shape. It's 3:22, but he holds it together, but right behind him now is Froggy, then Digweed, then 3:16 and 85, then Ginger Gammon, then it's Jeff Priestley, Robert George, Andy Harris. As we've lost 3:22 backwards into the fence, but he's going again now. 3:34 continues on the way, then Digweed, then it's 3:16, a black cross there for Froggy. That takes some doing in the contact formula. Your leader, here he comes again, 3:34. Chris Holden is the lead. Then 3:16, then Digweed, then 4:20. Ginger Gammon's getting there as well, as is Jeff Priestley. There's a gap to Robert George and Andy Harris. And then 5:57. which is Michael Turner. We've lost 322 with a puncture now. Your leader's already gone through. The battle is on here. Half a dozen cars looking for second place. Robert George has gone under. Purdy are moving up slowly. Andy Harris is going to follow him through. Not this time, but up front then. Here comes your leader. Chris Holden it is, away and gone. Then it's 316, then Digweed, then Froggy, then it's Priestley, then it's 85, then Ginger Gammon, then Robert George. And we're down to the 4-lap marker now for your leader. 3:34 it is. Then it's going to be 316, 354, 420, 157, 85, 234, double X. But 3:34, Chris Holding still leads. So they're not going to catch him from there, that's for sure. Then 316. Priestley's gone under Digweed. Then Froggy, then comes Gammon, 85, and Robert George. Problems there for Brazier in 240. So your leader's gone through. Here comes second, third, fourth and fifth. There's a little bit of gap. Gammon's still there. Robert George has moved up in front of 85 and it's going to take Ginger Gammon this time. But it'll be the 1-lap work very shortly for Holding. Holding takes the 1-lap forward. Then comes 316, 157 Priestley, then it's Digweed, then Froggy, then Robert George, then Gammon. Andy Harris is looking to get in front of 85 on the last lap. But it's going to be 3:34. Holding it is, takes the win. Then it's going to be 157, 356, sorry, 316, 354 100cc. But it's Digweed that leads, Digweed Junior, the Bandit Junior it says on the side. Then it's Rainsbury, then it's John Elliott in 252. Then Brazier, then it's Johnson, then Lawrence, and then John Sayers. But up front it's Nick Digweed that leads in 154. Bandit Junior, Rainsbury in the CRX 1600 Honda. Then it's a 2-litre Astra-powered Vauxhall with Elliott. Then Brazier, then it's Johnson. And these are last year's production cars, and they're amalgamating themselves into the Hot Hats group. They're doing a really good job out there as well. Underpowered, but no wheel spin, that's the beauty. Whereas you look at the 252 car, he's always under wheel spin on that car, always under load, spinning away, and that's what's costing him time and money. Up front, 154, then we got Rainsbury 135, then Elliott. So as the race goes on, we'll get wider and wider with that car and start sliding further out in 252. But John Sayers is really motoring down the outside in the ex-Boss car. The one car. Up front is still Digweed that leads, then Rainsbury. Elliott now under pressure from Sayers in the one car. So Sayers is going to drive round 252, but he's gone wide. And he managed to just about shut the door on Clint's face in time. So 252, I did say we're getting wider and wider as the race goes on. And he's now, he's got so much power though, he can pull away from Clint down the straight. But Clint has got the advantage through the corner, and Clint now takes him underneath him. So Clint in 240 has moved up to third. Elliott is stuck on the outside. John Sayers is going to follow him. In fact, the rest of the field will probably follow them through. Up front though, Digweed is being caught slowly by Rainsbury. So Digweed then, under pressure from Rainsbury. Here comes Brazier and Sayers has gone underneath Brazier, and Brazier's too well to cut back. He has very quickly for 4th place. Elliott is still stuck on the outside, and Gary Johnson looks to put him down another place, and he's going to wait for Elliott to go wide, and again Elliott's drifted wide. But up front, Rainsbury is right with Digby now, so 154 under pressure then from the CRX. So the lift right behind. Up front though, Rainsbury now looking around the outside of Bandit Junior. Not this time, but Bandit I think might have overcooked it. He's got away with it. So Digweed still leads. McLennan then looking underneath him yet again. It's Rainsbury looking right underneath him again, but here comes Sayers. And Sayers is closing all the time in the one car. Normally 44 in the leader odds, but 1 in this one. 4 to go, thank you Mr. Starter. As Digweed then, has he left a gap? He has indeed, but I don't think he left that much of a gap. I think that was Graham's fault, to be fair. Digweed's left a bit of a gap, but not that big a gap. So Raceway's gone second, Digweed's back to fourth. So up front, one that leads, then 135, 240, 154, then it's 213, then 252, then 623, but up front, John Sayers in with 2 to go. He leads, then 135, then 240. So, John Sayers, last lap for John, last lap for Graham and Clint, then Digweed, then 213, and Elliott is still on the outside then, and then 623, but up front, John Sayers makes it 2 out of 2, John Sayers takes the win, Rainsbury's going to be second, Pim Brazier third, looks like a Renault Clio, are away and underway, already 247 it is with an early lead. Got a non-starter down the bottom. We're going to go red. Going to go red because of the non-starter. So we'll bring them round. Back under order. Obviously, 627 there is the back of the field. So 627 at the back of the field. So it's 247 that leads the black car. So 247 it is from 266. We've got red again, we've got rollovers. Well done to 246 for blocking the car path, so well done to him. So check on 99 obviously. And we're away, it's 266 and 247 and 246 as before, and it's 247 again that leads. So up front it's 247 it leads. Here's your leader, behind him is 266, 307. Then it's 22. Already, problems there, 266 has gone into the stranded car. 76 has been spun round. There's mayhem all over the show. 34 is facing the wrong way, which is Ben Large. So pick a leader from this lot. We've gone red again. We've got a rollover on the top. We've gone red. And again, well done for the drivers that have sacrificed their race to protect. It looks like Bumble this time involved. So, and we're away, and again 247. The Undertaker leads from 18. It's got to be one of the Coles. As 34 has been spun already before he's even crossed the line. So down the far side is 247 that leads. The Black Bluebird it is. This is your leader. 247 it is. Then 18, 71. Look at the back wheel on 71. On Neil's car. Oh, Cole then, he's got no steering. In fact, I think he's on him. Maybe the... No, he hasn't. Not enough to get past that stricken car. Bumble's got a puncher on 31. As Mark Logan's been spun out by Cookie in 55. So we just concentrate on the action and forget who's leading. As Cole then gets spun yet again. There's 247 apparently is still leading. Bumble's being pushed all the way by Keefe. So there's still 247. Then it's got to be 71 nil behind him. As that poor car, the 11 car, being bounced all over the show on the top corner. So 34 struggling, so it's still 247 despite an early spin. 663 still going, one of the Perky crew. It's looking more like National Car Parks than it is a banger race at the moment. Pete Dodge is still going. Cole's got obviously bad handling problems with the 18 car, but it's still 247 that leads. 260, 627, 721, then 24. then 55, then 71. Got another lap through for him. I think he's still... So 71, he's gone out of contention. He was second. So we'll concentrate on 247.
247 and 721, Mr. Starter.
So 247 and he still leads. In fact, I've lost 247 at the moment. He's on the back straight. I think he must have had the other spin. As Mark Logan's pushing Cole all the way around the top end. Now he's not on the back of him. So it's Tony McConaughey that leads in 721. And he's got 55 right behind him, so it might change again before it gets here. So Tony McConaughey it is in 721's your leader. With 4 to go as Cole's gone round yet again. So Keir on 721. He's got Keefe all over him now. 247's back up to second. So Tony McConaughey with Keefe right behind him. With 3 to go. 247's back up there in second. McConaughey then following Cookie around. So we're down to the closing couple of laps. To be 2 to go then for Tony. Got Keefe right behind him, and Keefe will get rid of him if he can get half a chance. In fact, he's gone anyway. McConaughey's gone. 247's back in the lead. So 247 and he's back in the lead. As Danny Lucas then gets spun out, but the aggressor 627 comes off worse. Mark Logan is dragging lots of bits behind him. But 247 it is. Tony McConaughey probably back up there again. It's probably 721 and 247. They're side by side. Who's it going to be? 247 or 721? 247. It's going to be, I think, 247. It's 247. Takes the win. I don't think he realised how close that was, because right behind him was the second place man. Don't think he realised that. So 247 then. So we're bringing them to a halt, obviously. Bit of clearing up to do. Hopefully we get the official result from above. Tony and Mark, they're second and third. So well done to 247. Very happy bunny indeed. The Undertaker, it says, Ken 212 do what he did last week from the back of the field. Trounced everybody up to second place. We'll soon see. Bit of a tardy start there from 16th. Put 44. John Sayers has already got the hammer down. Up front now it's Avery that leads, then Lisa. Here come the red grades. There's enough of them. Watch for the overtaking manoeuvres, because these are the people that are going to get there in the end. Those brave enough to stick on the outside for lap after lap. And here we go. 478 leads. We've lost 358 already. Then it's 202, 763, 44 John Sayers, then it's Roberts. Already 212 is slicing his way through the competitors. He's moved up. Looks like best part of 3 places already. Could be 4 any minute now. But up front it's Avery that still leads. From the junior grade. Then it's Benham and Benham. Then we've got Roberts, Webb, Sayers. Here comes 212 round the outside of 25. So our current champion, junior champion, is already moving up through the field. Round the outside of 25 he goes, but already Avery's best part of 3/4 of a lap in the lead. So it's Avery in 478 then, a nice big lead already. Oh, he spun it! Oh, our leader's gone. And he's rejoined. Well, we're not sure if he's going to get away with that. Then Benham and Benham, then we got Roberts, then it's Webb. Then Sayers, here comes 212, round the outside of 25. He's made it this time round. And now he's sending after the 44 car, but he's still 478 the lead. Lisa's got going again. Here comes Benham and Benham, then it's Roberts, Webb, Sayers, 212. A little bit out of shape that time. Very slippery stuff. I think we're going to misfire on one of the cars as it's gone by. I'm not sure which one that is. The 478 still leads. think it's 212 that's got the misfire. But still, 478 leads. Then 202, 763. Then it's 196. Then we got 1744. 212 then. Definitely we've got a misfire on the 212 car, but it's at the end of the straight. So hopefully that's not going to slow him up too much. Then 25-18. And Birthday Boys in the back of the field at the moment. That rookie Ben looks very, very tricky at the moment. As they're all fighting over the back of the 196 car is Sayers and Webb. Side by side, Sayers has now gone under Webb. But already 478's gone through, but 202's closing right up. Then 763. Here's the battle for fourth. And it's going to be a right battle as well. Between 196, 44, 17, 212 then. But up front, it's going to be still 478, 202, 763. Here comes the battle for fourth. And they're all gathering behind 196. And there goes 212 round the outside of 17. But it's still 478 under pressure now. It's 478, 202, 763, then 196, Chris Roberts. John Sayers has gone wide. Webby then he's stuck. Chris Roberts holding off the attention. This time it's Scott, then it's John Sayers, then it's Lance. Richard Webb's getting there as well in 17. This battle is slowing up the red race, but up front we've got to change for second. 763 then we've lost Lee Tong, so Avery with 2 to go. Then it's Benham, then the other Benham. Here comes 196, 44 and 212 in that order. 17's there as well. Good stuff here from the leader, odds further back, but it's going to be 478 with 1 to go. George Avery it is. Dean Benham, Dan Benham, then it's going to be Chris Roberts. There's John Sayers, then Scott Taylor, then it's Lance Webb, then Richard Webb. Who's going to be? Will Sayers getting the better of 212? He has at the moment. As 202's gone wide, allowing people through. And 202 it is. Slowing up all the time, it's going to be 196. Then it's going to be 44, 212, 17, 18, 202. Oh, dear me. Frantic stuff there. Up front there is 268 that leads the way. Then 247, 733 and 125. Keep your eye on the flying Terry Spooner in 406. Up front there, Dougal leads, 268 and Scott opening out very early lead, being chased down by 247. Then 125, 733, 407. First for Scott Ross. Then we got Lee Spooner in 94. Stuart Thorne is 62. Graham Taylor's 57. Ali Taylor's 58. And Terry Spooner is 406. And already Paul Patrick and Martin Brown are going to settle what could be the start of a race-long battle between them two. 247 and 125 in second and third. But look at the flying 406 as Malcolm Newell loses a couple of places there. And a good battle. Paul Patrick, in fact, still got Marty Brown all over him at the moment. But Ali Taylor then already under pressure from 268. Ali Taylor under a lot of pressure already. About to be lapped so early on. Paul Patrick. And then we got Marty Brown. Here comes Hemming, Spooner. And Terry Spooner's already moved up to take the covers. Malcolm Newell spins it out of the infield. Rejoins again. Ali Taylor then about to be lapped by Paul Patrick and Martin Brown. Here comes Terry Spooner though in 406. It's going to make it 3 cars wide very shortly around the outside of that corner. It's got 3 stock rods in front of him. But Dougal still leads, then Patrick, then Brown. Here comes Ali Taylor, this is a Lapid River, then comes Hemmings. Terry Spooner picking his way through nicely in 406. He's taken 2 stock rods. He's stuck at the moment temporarily behind Ali Taylor in 58. He pulls out wide round her. The first 3 have gone through. But Dougal in 268 still leads. Hill 247 and 125. Here comes 406 though. Flying away at the moment. Then we got 2 of the stock rods. Lee Spooner then is chasing Charlie Froggett further round. Up front though it's still Dougal that leads in 268. Then Paul Patrick. Then Martin Brown. Malcolm Newell is the lap adrift of Terry Spooner. Then it's Stu Thorne. Then it's Paul Hemming. Then Graham Taylor. Then Lee Spooner. Then Charlie Froggett. But Dougal then 268 complete. Oh, we've lost. 247 is gone. 247 and spins round. He's going to rejoin, but a long way down rejoins just in front of Lee Spooner. Up front though is 248. Here comes 40, 94 and 57. So Stock rods are up there in third, looks like 4th, 5th and 6th. The leading 3 are through. Here comes 4th and 5th. But Terry Spooner on his way now in 406. Then comes 268, 125 at Paul, 125, then it's Stu Thorne in 62. Then Hemmings, and then Lee Spooner. And Dougal eventually gets himself off the Armco and to safety as 406 continues on his way. Then 125, 62. So still, Spooner still leads in for Terry Spooner. 1 to go for Martin Brown. Then we've got Stu Thorne, Lee Spooner and Paul Hemmings. That's your top 5. But Terry Spooner from the back then will take what looks like a very easy win at the end of the day. Cruising down then, 2nd place to Brown, 3rd to go to Stu Thorne, 4th to Lee Spooner, 5th to Paul Hemmings. Injury stride, not the best of starts in from 56 Tom Cook, but 356 and a 457. But it's Dan Wigman from the Reds who gets it all together, but 6, 7, 8 got the best start, but Dan Wigman has really put his foot down at the moment. It's really already starting to show in 146. But up front is 54 Jenny Brockett losing a couple of places. Lewis Tugwell still leads, the ex-novice junior under pressure from 13. Then it's Tom Cook. Jenny then pulled to the infield in the pink barrel, so that's gone already 171. Key Ryan the flying 146 down. Wigman's on an absolute mission from the red grade already in the 146 car, but up front it's still 54. Very, very wide line from him, and 13's even wider. And they're side by side in the top corner. It's 54 and 13. 56 Tom Cook is under pressure now from, looks like Dominic in 356, and then he's Turner behind him in 457. Then Jack Reynolds and Dan Wigman. Slowing there is 13. He's gone. His race is running 13. Not sure what that happened there. 54. Still leads. Then under pressure now from Dominic round the outside. 13 then grinds to a halt just below us. And we've lost 356. He's spun. We've lost. Oh, looks like Dan Wigman spun into him, and Aaron Roberts is there as well. And we've gone red. So praise, I've done Dan Wigman his service. He's right up there in 2nd or 3rd place. So, got leads from 13. Dan Wigman this time hasn't made the best of starts. Darren Robbins has got away from all of them in 190. But 54 now still leads, 13, 56. Then we got the 3 blue grades, 457, 356 and 360. Aaron Roberts says has made the break for the Reds in 190. Dan Wigman didn't get the best of starts this time round. Still up front is 54. He's not going to stay there for long because 13's bearing right down on him. So Lewis now under pressure from Shane, then Tom Cook in 56. Then it's 457, 356, 360 and 54. Then he's got 13 right alongside him. Got the inside line though, very tight and tidy this time round. 54 on, 13 then decides to clip the Armco, I think. That's allowed 56 to close up, so 54 then leads, 13 is 2nd. Then it's 56, then it's 457. 13 then under pressure now from 56. The 56 goes under 13, but he's going to have to find a way around the tidy drive in the 54 there, young Lewis Tugwell. And Lewis has gone a little bit wide. That's allowed Tom to sneak up the inside. It's 3 wide in the top corner. So Tom Cook leads, M54 is still 2nd. Then we've got the 2 blue greys fighting over each other to get past 54, then 13. So Tom Cook then making the most of this to get away. Dominic now has gone under 54, 457 and 13 will follow. Then it's Aaron Roberts, then it's Dan Wigman. So Tom Cook it is, has made the break in 56. Dominic is next, then it's 457. Michael Turner, then Shane Somner, then it's Aaron Roberts. Lewis Tugwell now under pressure from Dan Wigman. And Tom Cook then starting to hold up a bit of a lead there. Useful lead as well in 56. That's 190 and 13. And oh, Dan Wigman straight into the side. We're going to go red, I think. We have gone red. 6, 7, 8 takes evasive action. Down on that corner then is Dean Benham, Luke Lars, Bondi and McClellan. So Dewey still leads. Then Kane, then it's Webb. Dayborn, we've lost Benham below us in 765. So up front is still Dave Dewey in 166. Richard Kane is next. Then Brian Webb. Then Dayborn. Then it's Chris Hicks. Large. Bond to McClellan in that order. So Webb it is, leads us to charge. From the Reds over the Blues. So Dewey leads. Kane, Webb, Dayborn, Hicks, Bond, Large, and McClellan. This could close up very nicely shortly to a good battle here. Dave Dewey still lead, Richard Keynes is still second, Brian Webb is third, then it's Graham Dayborn, then Chris Hicks, then Lars, then Bond and McClellan. So the order is remaining unchanged at the moment. It's all about chasing down 166. Brian Webb looks the most likely at the moment. So Dewey still leads, Kane, Webb, Dayborn, Chris Hicks, then Lars, Bond and McClellan. Still the order stays unchanged, but 9 is the man that looks the most likely to challenge 166. So Dave Dewey still leads. Richard Kane under pressure. Dayborn then looks like he's almost got under Brian Webb there. As Richard Kane then keeps a tight line. Brian Webb having to go the long way round. Graham Dayborn looking to take that place from underneath him. Now by Hicks. Dewey's being caught then by 102. Dayborn under pressure now from Bond. Richard Kane still with the inside line. Still proving the best £25 he's spent in a long time. But Dayborn then all is still 166, 102, 323. Bondi sticking his nose in as well. So Bondi then, and poor old Richard's been used as a bit of a buffer, but he's still lying there. It's third place. It's still Dewey, still Hicks. Here comes Richard Kane, still third. Bond and Dayborn there all over him. Luke Lars is there as well. McClellan's moved up. I tell you, if Richard Kane holds third, it's been a wonderful effort in 323. And Hicks now round the outside of Dewey. Hicks is looking round the outside at 166, and still Richard Kane holds third. This time he's got Bondi behind him. Dayborn stuck on the outside. 3 to go for your leading pair. Terrific stuff here though for third place. Richard Kane probably got a smile as wide as the Blackwall Tunnel in third place as they're all squabbled behind him. And he's almost being helped down the straight by one different car after another as they try to get by. It's still 166 and 102. It is still Richard Kane. It is still Bondi. Still Dayborn. And Luke Larson looks like moving out of place underneath Dayborn. So Luke Larson is going to make a late challenge. But it's 1 to go for Dewey, 1 to go for Hicks, 1 to go for Richard Kane, who doesn't deserve to lose third place in fairness. He's driven a blind from there. They've all had a go at him, all had a little nibble. And Hicks left him around the outside of Dewey. He's still going to be 166, it's going to be 102. It's going to be Richard Kane in 323 takes third, Bondi fourth, Dayborn fifth, Lars and McClellan. Is the one under orders, and we're away and gone. 322, and Trebles then Purley then moves up to second. Chris Phillips has lost a couple of places already. Ginger Gammon in 234 is on the move. But keep your eye out for the red grade. Keep your eye out on 157, double X and treble 2. Up front though, it is 322. Twigo the leads. Chris Phillips lost a couple of places there early on in the 99 or 419 car, 418 car it used to be, but I think he's now changed numbers. Up front though, all over the show. It's 322, but Purdy leads. Danny Purdy now leads. Jeff Priestley, Andy Harrett, all having an attack on the back of Robert George's car, but Robert holds them off. It's double X. But a big long train there for the first. It is Purdy that leads in 527. Ginger Gammon's up there. Then it's 322, 334 Chris Holding. Froggy's there as well. Then we got Digweed. And the field is closing up further back. Gammon locks up a wheel and almost attacks the back of the Purdy car. And Purdy leads. Gammon in second. 322 is next. James Newland is in. Here comes Robert George in double X. He's flying at the moment. Right up behind Chris Phillips. Stuart Holding moves up a place in 350. Turner's moving up as well. But Gammon now leads. Gammon leads. Ginger leads. Danny Purdy is next. Rocky's moved up. 322. Digweed's going through the field as well. Andy Harris sees a lap adrift. So Ginger Gammon leads. Danny Purdy. Then Froggy in 420. Robert George is steadily getting there, just behind Dave Driscoll in 316. As we've lost 85, been spun to the infield, but still Ginger Gammon leads. Still Danny Purdy, still Froggy, still Digweed. Then it's Stuart Oldham. Robert George has moved up another couple of places. But still Ginger Gammon leads in 234. As we've lost Froggy, he's gone. Bob Digweed then has moved to second. Purdy and Oldham having a good battle there for third. 419 Capon has got Robert George right behind him, but Ginger Gammon is making the break. Gammon it is and makes the break in 234. Here comes Digweed. Then it's Oldham. Then it's Purdy. Then it's Robert George moved up yet another place. And Oldham has been attacked by the back of Purdy's car. That slowed him right up. Purdy gets a nudge in from Robert George, who moves up 2 places. Here comes the double X car. As 419 spins out Purdy. Robert George then has got problems. Robert George has got, I think, probably got a puncture. So Ginger Gammon still leads. Bob Digweed is next. Then it should be Chris Capon, Stuart Oldham, Jeff Priestley. And Robert George, in fact, does have a puncture on the front end. So Gammon from Digweed, from Capon, then it's Stuart Oldham, then it's Jeff Priestley. But Ginger Gammon, he still leads in 234. Bob Digweed in 354. He's not giving another chase. Chris Capon under pressure now from Jeff Priestley and Stuart Oldham as well. Then we've got Dave Driscoll. And Gammon then still leads, but Digweed is closing in. Digweed is closing all the time. Ginger Gammon then with a back mark between him and Digweed. 4 to go then. So Ginger Gammon now under pressure from Digweed. Here's first, here's second, it's that close. Chris Capon is third. As Jeff Priestley spun round in 157. And Gammon's going to lose the lead. Digweed's gone under Gammon. Digweed now leads flat for Digweed. Last lap to Gammon. Last lap to go for Chris Capon. Down the far side then. It's Bob Digweed. Will take the win and the trophy. Bob Digweed takes the win. Ginger Gammon is second. Chris Capon should be third. Stuart Oldham fourth. Dave Driscoll fifth. Turn on that car. And Graham Rainsbury's car is just powering his way down the straight then. Little CRX 1600cc Honda. Then Elliott. Then Clint Brazier, Gary Johnson under pressure now from John Sayers round the outside in the one car. But still the Bandit Junior leads. Rainsbury is still second. Elliott is still third. From Brazier, from Johnson and Sayers, and then Lawrence. But Digweed still leads. Rainsbury still second. Elliott's gone wide again. Elliott's gone wide and allowed Brazier to close in, but Elliott has got far more power in that 2-litre Astra injected car than Clint Brazier. But Brazier's got no wheel spin, and that's helping him by. Sayers is looking for the power of them in the one car. And Sayers in the one car then is taking Elliott, looking for Clint Brazier. All this is allowing the Bandit Junior to keep on stretching out a useful lead. Digweed Junior still leads in. From Rainsbury, Sayers has moved up there into third. Frazier still fourth. Elliott fifth. Johnson and then Lawrence. But still Digweed continues to lead. And in fairness, they're not closing in. Are we looking at a family double? Rainsbury's trying as hard as he can. Sayers is now on the charge in third. But still Digweed leads. In 154. Then we've got 135, 240, 252, 213. And has lost second place. And it's now down to John Sayers to close down on 154. And John Sayers then with definitely the more powerful car than anyone else. 4 to go, thank you, Mr. Sparta. 4 to go then for Digweed Junior. 4 to go then for Sayers. 4 to go for Rainsbury. Then Frazier then Elliott, then Johnson, and then Lawrence. Good battle further back between 213 and 252. But Digweed now about to lose the lead surely to John Sayers in the one car. John then all over him at the moment. It's gone underneath him. In fact, actually, John then catches 154. That puts a tyre on the track. That's allowed Rainsbury up there as well. And John Sayers, well, that's a gentlemanly thing. He pulls back and allows Digweed to carry on where he was, just in front of him. And Digweed then still leads in 154. John Sayers then is in second with a tyre on the track. And again, they have a little coming together. And again, the Bandits come down the lead, but Rainsbury's closed right up. So Digweed then on his last lap, can he make it a family double? He deserves to. He's led from the front all the time. He's had a couple of attacks on the back of him, and he's still there hanging on. So come on then, the Bandit Junior then, family double in the offering. 154 it's going to be. Digweed Junior then takes the win. Rainsbury is second, Sayers is third, Frazier is fourth.